Hello, everyone. My name is Lacey. This is Lieutenant Dan, and you are watching Reptiles. Today, I would like to tell you about yet another venom noodle from the Americas. They kind of fit in with cottonmouths and rattlesnakes and all these other things. And when I was a kid, I was more concerned about them than I probably should have been. But of course, I'm talking about the cottonmouth, the water moccasin. And they're kind of neat. When I was younger, we would go on the river, the Mississippi River. We'd go out on the boat with my Uncle Dale. And it was always a good time. And every now and again, we'd be swimming around in this cove, and someone would see a snake, and we all, for some reason, assumed it was just we're like, oh my God, it's a cottonmouth. And we would all be very concerned that it was actually a cottonmouth instead of just, I don't know, a water snake. And we would all flee and leave the water and go until the snake squiggled away in the water on its way, or out of the water, so we can resume having fun. But just because it's in the water does not mean it is a water moccasin. Mind blown, right? And I learned the difference probably too late in life. But just because it's in the water doesn't mean it's a water moccasin or a cottonmouth. Now, cottonmouths, they are kind of more native to the southeastern United States, over into Texas, where it's warmer. And yes, they are in marshy, swampy areas and warmer climates. So the chances of it actually being a cottonmouth were probably pretty low when I was young, and it was probably a northern banded water snake, which they're pretty cool. We found one last year when we went herping with Bob Bledsoe and Dave Kaufman. So, that was fun. And water snakes are way more chill, and you can handle them because they're not venomous. Water moccasins, cottonmouths, they are venomous. So the thing to look for, and kind of how you know the difference, a water snake, they are going to have little stripes, vertical stripes on their mouth and their jaw. And cottonmouths, they do not. They more have vertical stripes, sometimes like a little bandana, a little stripe up the jaw. But they won't have those vertical bars like a water snake will have. So if you ever encounter a snake and you think it might be a water moccasin or a cottonmouth, I'm using them interchangeably because I believe they're the same thing, just depending on what region you're in. But if you can see the vertical bands, you're good. They're not going to bug you. But cottonmouth, usually when you find them, they're posted up on shore or near a marsh or a swamp. They're posted up, kind of curled up, enjoying their day. And they will tell you exactly what they are by opening their mouth and being like, bro, ah! And they will have this kind of white mouth. The inside of the mouth is white. That's why they get the cotton mouth, because it looks like a mouthful of cotton. It's white. And that is their warning to be like, hey, bro, leave me alone, please. Ain't got time for this. Leave me be. Look how scary I am. So they tell you what they are. They tell you to leave them alone, right? Cottonmouths are a pit viper, much like copperheads and timbers, or rattlesnakes, not specifically timber rattlesnakes. But they will have heat pits between their mouth and their eyes. They almost look like big nostrils, but their nostrils are on the top of their head. Heat pits kind of on the side, but that helps them see infrared heat signatures so they can find their prey easier, especially when it's dark or when they're very well camouflaged. Just look for the heat signature of that tasty mouse or rat, and you got it, son. Now, with their coloration, we talked about the bars on a water snake and how cottonmouths don't have that. There are water moccasins. They are kind of, dark. They're really dark in color. They are olive, like a dark olive, a brown, black, with a little bit of maybe some little white or texture coloration, but nothing crazy, but that dark coloration of their bodies really helps to emphasize that white warning signal of them opening their mouths and being like, look, I'm scary. Ah! And they, you know, if you get bit by a water moccasin, you're probably going to be fine. Definitely go to a hospital. As with any of the other venomous snakes mentioned in my videos, if you get bit by one, go to the hospital. If you see one, leave them alone, because they are fully loaded and they will defend themselves appropriately. Because you're scary to them. As scary as they are to you, you are to them. Something that is cool about cottonmouths is they can actually hybridize with copperheads, and those are called cottonheads, which means that cottonmouths and copperheads are fairly closely related in terms of their genealogy and evolution and such and whatnot. And it can be a naturally occurring hybrid in the wild. They're super cool. I think Joey Josselson, he's got a cottonhead. So I think that's really neat. Like a naturally occurring hybrid between two species is super neat. But yeah, I don't have a whole lot of new and interesting things to say about cottonmouths. Besides, they live here. They're great. Bit of news here. I was supposed to be going to the Snake Road with Sam from Earthbound Misfits and Exotics, but something has come up, so I will try to figure out something else to show you guys, and we will do that trip a later date. So look forward to that. We'll find something. We'll supplement it with something cool. Thank you to all of those who are watching. If you're still watching at this point, look at you. Way to go. What a neat human being you are. Yeah, this is kind of a rambly video, but it's a quick blurb. So thank you for joining me today, friends, for a quick me telling you that cottonmouths exist and that they're not water snakes. And never stop learning, because the mind is a terrible thing to waste. See ya!